Hello, everybody. I don't know why I am talking so weird. Now I'm kind of drifting into Christopher Walken, but hey.
Hey,
Hey, I'm
know,
streaming here.
I got a
Well,
fever, and the only prescription is more cowbell.
doody doo. I want to be just like you. Um, anyways, hello and welcome to yet another episode of the Galavants through Rashiva.
I put on my Zester hat.
Appropriate timing as well. Alright, recap boy. Do the recap.
Dance
Last time on Galavant, I was like, Diva. Zerzan had her head blown smooth off. Alright, now in this session.
Wait, what? Hold up.
Alright, more accurately, last time we finally entered into the vault that is the source of all knowledge in the Gnome Kingdom. Or at least most of it. Where we learn that within this chambers lies the dormant, if not still very much aware, body slash spirit of one of the alien people whose name is escaping my tongue right now. Hey DM, what's their name, please?
The Aurorum.
The Alorum. Has the still functioning spirit, mind, consciousness, fucked up AI copy of one of the Alorum, who has asked Zerzan to piece together the parts, energy, things needed in order to resurrect him. With the understanding, or at least the assumption on Zerzan's part, that if she does this, if we bring this Warren back, he will help us understand the technology and have it put under control in order to stop Calvin. There was a disagreement between her and Lisa, who did not want to take the risk of waking up and bringing back someone who fully knows what the tech is capable of. But eventually, reluctantly, Lisa agrees to help. And now they are taking a small break at the Elven Kingdom to more or less rest up and wait for an answer to their first location they intend to go to. That of the Orcus Kingdom, where, if I'm not mistaken, the first lab is located. And that the Elvis Kingdom already has diplomatic ties to, as one of our former players' sister was going there. Former characters in the campaign had his sister there acting as a diplomat. And now Mara has sent word of their intention to come over and seeking what information of the uh, information of if they're allowed to go over, what's the deal over there, how's the diplomatic mission, as well as slowly stockpiling the things they need. Basically, just using this as a break up to, I believe it was either a week or potentially a month of waiting in order for an answer to get back. But in that time, Zerzan is working on some new stuff. And I think that's what most people are doing at that downtime. Not exactly sure what everyone else is doing, but I know at least Zerzan is actively working on the equipment. And we're also warned that they have a strange culture around their incredibly strong sense of smell. and that if we want to go there, if we want to visit that kingdom, we will have to find some way of limiting our own sins. Least we accidentally offend any tribes, cities, locals, etc. I believe that was most of it. And Mara had her head blown smooth off, trust.
What again?
Mara over there caught the regenerating head syndrome.
Her other horn snaps off.
Okay. I do believe that mostly covers it. So, yeah.
Yeah.
With that all in mind, I believe at least one of you had asked as well Gloria for potions on not being stinky, which I believe she had already prepared if memory serves right. I think that only leaves either making travel arrangements to go there, or finding whatever else you may wish to take along. Whatever else, or whoever else as well. There. I may ask you all to remind me what other pre-preparation plans there had been made, if any.
Maybe I'm wrong, but don't we need to like wait for a response from the orcs before we just go waltzing in their land?
Yeah, that's why we were waiting for my part.
Okay. Yes, because somebody had effectively sent for approval to drop by. Well, that'll give time for preparation then.
Indeed.
So, who would like to go first, if at all? I mean, if nobody else, I'm just going to put Koga in the hot seat and call it good.
Well, I mean, I do have ideas and plans on what to do for Lisa.
All
I
right, neat.
concur. Put Koga on the hot seat.
Me?
Yes, you have just been appointed.
Yay, me! I think I think at some point later on into one of the noons of their time spent in the Ellis Kingdom, as
Hello,
like the boy
Honeybuddy448.
Hope
Welcome
is
to the
being taken
stream. I
care
hope
of
you
or
enjoy your
otherwise
time here.
engaged, and she
Sorry I
has some
didn't see your
time to
message
herself.
before.
She is
but
going to
welcome.
still armor on as always, equipment with her, going to begin making her way over to a certain site outside of the kingdom walls, specifically that of the blast site. So, for lack of any other more proper titles.
Where Gideon oops to the battery.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, as you walk out of the city walls and you find it, you see that though it is not as cleanly cut through as it originally was, now with some grasses, some wildflowers, even a rabbit scampering across, it is still an oddly perfect little bowl where this battery had detonated, with at its absolute center now a little pond with wildlife scattering, frogs hopping into its water. It is more peaceful now than when it had originally been created.
Let's see. Uh. You know what? No, fuck it. Might as well. Lisa is going to begin making her way off to the center of the blast zone, making sure not to try to disturb any of the wildlife on her way to the pond.
Okay. Okay. Like, are you very actively trying to not disturb anything?
Very actively.
Oh heck, why don't you roll stealth then?
Uh, oh boy, let's just see. Don't have disadvantage on it because it's already heavy armor. If I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
I think it's already heavy armor. Okay, okay. But and then my black point. Yeah, I think breastplate counts as heavy armor.
Yes.
Right, so self disadvantage. Let's see. Let's say first roll is
Wait, breastplate.
first roll is a 11, and the second roll is a fucking 10. So 10.
So as soon as you start trying to be more careful with your steps, is the moment where your conscious awareness is actually less careful than your unconscious natural gait. Indeed, causing the wildlife to begin scattering.
So very simply high.
Otherwise, though, it is still peaceful here.
Yeah, and as she makes her way on to the pond, she is going to retrieve one of her mini javelins. And she has sort of, at some time during earlier in the day, she has sort of turned it into a almost makeshift flag. She has taken some piece of fabric, simply tied it onto uh, this javelin, and made like a very tiny symbol. Very simple one. Very rough approximation of a dragon.
Okay.
Uh, Very similar symbol to the one she has on her shoulder.
Okay. Okay. And
And see, yep, done.
what is she doing with this?
She's going to plant it down, not in the pond, but beside it, like as close to the center as you can get without outright disturbing the pond. Close her eyes, and she's going to mutter a prayer of sorts. She is basically going to attempt to dedicate this location, dedicate this blast site, consecrate it as a holy place to, uh, well, you know, her god.
Okay. Alright, roll for me some religion.
Religion. Alright, the one thing he's fucking good at that isn't Ooga Booga strength. Like,
I'm glad you understood what he meant, Koga, because I did not.
that is a 16.
Alright, as the flag sits there in the ground, and as you do make this prayer to dedicate this land, you feel that there is a warmth and a calm. And you feel that the grounds here, though they may not be in this immediate moment, may in some future time carry peace and calm about them, and safety. It won't count as holy ground immediately, but it will in the future. and you feel your prayer heard.
Sorry about the pause. I broke my fucking sandal again. Somehow I have a knack of simply wearing out my shoes by wearing them.
Well, I mean, at least they're not being worn out by not wearing them. That would be even more concerning.
Puts them on, they fall apart. Well,
It really be like that sometimes.
Right?
yeah, and still a small smile. Steve's not exactly used to being like full on. Like Steve's always carried faith in her. He's always been a member of the cloth. Well, not member of the cloth. He's never been the type to be like acting like an official role. Always a soldier, always a warrior. This is the first time she's done anything like that. The fact he's even gotten the ball rolling, even if he does not live to see this take over, even if Hope doesn't live to see this take over, she's happy. And she's going to leave the flag there, marked with the symbol, and going to begin making her way back to the kingdom. And she's going to actually stop by any sort of libraries to continue reading up on alchemy and the like. But
Alrighty. Okay. Does Who would like to take the stand next, if any?
All right, so we've all seen the Marvel Rivals. Whoops, my bad.
Yeah, we've all seen the Marvel Rivals, apparently.
Usually have the volume on my phone down, and apparently it was at full blast for some reason.
Crazy.
I didn't have anything specific in mind, but just speaking generally, I guess Mara would probably be spending this time, trying to, I, trying to, I guess, get used to her queenly duties and, meet with, like, I don't know, an advisor if we have that. Just someone of official governmental importance who can aid her through in being royalty.
Indeed. You'd be able to, sit. I'm imagining that you're not exactly looking to fully roleplay through this, but I mean, you are indeed able to find somebody that can help teach Mara. Like, you looking specifically for actual lessons?
Just general guidance of some sort or variety thereof.
Okay. Okay.
Gavin can give some of that, but under Gavin's recommendation, man, I keep forgetting his name. The one elf guy.
That does not narrow it down even slightly.
Do you have any idea how little that narrows it down?
That one elf guy, he says in the Elven Kingdom.
The really cool political one.
Okay. I would have to assume you mean Alphonse von Dalen, then.
Yeah, that one.
Okay. I mean, yeah, you absolutely. I mean, he is one of the members of the Elven High Houses, so you could absolutely speak to Alphonse.
Like, outright, if Mara wasn't there and there was no one else to pick up the throne, Gavin would have insisted it be him. Gavin ain't doing that shit.
Makes sense. That's a lot of pressure. Heck yeah. You would actually be able to find Alphonse, in like one of the chambers of the castle. He's actually in kind of an audience room, speaking to some other folks, and by guidance of several of the servants of the castle, you find Alphonse there, who, upon seeing you approach, politely bows to you, and he gives you a very warm smile, and as is the Fondalen nature, he very much more casually says, "Oh, well, hello, my queen. Your highness, well, whichever you should like. What brings you by? I hadn't been expecting an audience with you today."
Just Mara is fine. Well, with my husband missing in action, I suppose I don't really know what I'm doing, and I need help. I want to know how to be queen.
Okay, help with being queen. I can very much give you some advice and can relate even. I I never did actually get the proper training for my own position, so I had to learn quite a bit of it on the fly. It's what gives my family its now well-renowned charm of less etiquette than the other noble houses. I mean, heavens, I had to fight with the other high houses quite a lot for not having a few of my daughters married off to the others. That's rather a long story and not strictly relevant to what you asked. Uh, uh, if you'll permit me, I'll ask you a few questions and we can determine what you'd like guidance on first from there. Now, are you looking for help generally on the paperwork side, the people-facing side, or the lawmaking side?
All of the above, I suppose.
All of the above. Well, we'll start with the people-facing side then, as that's the easiest and the least intensive. If at all possible, I'd love to never need you be involved with the paperwork side of things at all. Truthfully, you wouldn't. You would faint at seeing what is on my desk. Well, actually, as it happens, he turns and waves to an attendant that is at the door of this chamber, and someone comes inside. They're a small family of 7 or so, and they come into the chamber and kneel down. Allow me to demonstrate something. And he turns and says, "Greetings and welcome to the castle. What is your request and petition that you make?" And the head of this household comes up and describes, "Well, you see, we've got a bit of a plague of insects that are coming through. They're coming through, eating up all manner of the crops. We don't know where they came from. We'd done a decent job of clearing out the woods. Still, though, it's no good. Can you send out any people to help at least alleviate things a bit? Any of the court wizards or anything? It'd be mighty helpful."
Shalira cast insect plague somewhere.
And Alphonse, regarding them, he replies, "I believe that could be arranged. I can actually have one of my own come by and inspect. Where, particularly in the realm, do you hail from? And the family returns and says, "Well, we hail just from a little village. It's Bariska. You probably wouldn't see it on a map, but you really would send one of your own kin?" And Alphonse politely nods, "Of course. For the land is as much we of the high houses as it is yours. Without your good hard work, we couldn't hold our position. So, of course. Now, I'll only be able to send them within the next 2 weeks. Will that be well?" And the family nods in return and says, "Thank you. Thank you indeed, my lord. And may you be blessed as well, my queen." Now, addressing you, Mara, standing there. And the family bows, and they step out. And Alphonse then turns and waits until the door is closed. Says, "Simple matters like that. Take into account what resources you have available. Take into account their reaction, their importance. Most of rulership maybe wouldn't see how deeply important to the land your average common folk are. But we rely on them for most food, we rely on them for most of the raw resources, especially in magicking professions. I mean, you wouldn't have sprigs of mint or bits of cinnamon for any number of spell components or potion makings. And it is that level of importance which puts me to send one of my own kin. It's also a good gesture of goodwill to show that there is that level of care. I hope this makes a decent enough example to start with."
Yeah, I think so. All right, that seems simple enough.
Mm-hmm. Now, it isn't any kind of a high-level diplomatic description, but it's a good baseline to start with.
Of course. So, what next then?
What next? Well, how about you lead a few of these?
Okay.
The best way to get experience is to do, after all. And then he steps off to the side and behind where he would normally stand, letting you take the position.
Mara takes a deep breath before she goes to where he was before.
All right. And in the interest of not taking too long, I'll have you do this instead as some rolls using diplomacy. Right? That's a skill.
Not in this edition.
Not in this edition. What am I thinking of? Persuasion, maybe?
Diplomacy? Yeah, that would probably fall under persuasion.
Depends on how you go about your diplomatic duties. Maybe it's an intimidation check.
Oh, depends
Or a
on
lie.
who you're talking to.
Mara gets into the role and just immediately just turns into the fucking, like, evil queen.
Immediately
goes
corrupted by
full-
power.
Goes full Tiamat.
She gets a fucking taste of power, and in the back of her mind, the fucking black dragon starts whispering to her like the fucking Green Goblin mask.
Blood.
Alright.
Oh, delightful.
Blah. Ooh.
Amigo, wow.
That is a 24.
All right. You indeed begin actively speaking with and providing these little pieces of guidance as your own people come in and see you acting very directly as their representative. You seem to leave a good impression, as each appears to leave happier than when they left. And
Epic.
what was that?
I said epic.
Mm-hmm. And you can readily leave feeling that you've begun to take a step into your proper role as ruler.
Yeepee.
Mm-hmm. All right, which I believe just leaves a Zers and a Gav.
Mm.
Zers, you want to go or?
I'm not really sure what to do entirely. Because as much as could be reasonably achieved, the stuff that she is working on, she is trying to be secretive about it because she wants the end result of it to be a surprise for everyone.
I learned how to detonate the batteries on purpose.
I turned these into bombs intentionally.
I increased their output tenfold.
Nuke grenade, go!
The Gob achieved is what the Dragonborn could only hope at.
Good news. They just explode on command. Bad news. You can't run away far enough.
Behold my latest invention, the portable hell bomb.
I'm now imagining Zerzin presenting this fucking battery nuke, and she just does the fucking Mr. Beast face.
Oh, that's horrible. I hate it.
Know which face you're referring to for Mr. Beast? They all look the same to me.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Ugh.
Last person
Soulless
to
style.
set off the battery wins one gold.
Alright. Okay. Would you like to do it as just a roll to determine how far you're able to get along without outright revealing what it is you're trying to do?
Give him a couple rolls.
I would be willing to do this, but you know what it is I'm trying to accomplish.
Uh-huh.
So, however you want me to roll that, I guess.
Well, okay. I'll also ask this: how much do you want this kept from the party at large?
As much as possible. Like her plan is to make sure literally no one in the current party knows. The only people who will know about it are the people, like the workers she had asked for to help put everything together. She doesn't want the main party to know about it until it is done.
All right, so Lisa
Alright.
will walk directly into her garage.
Her garage.
Joke's on
Friggin-
you. There's a shock field there. Zap.
Medieval fantasy setting, and there's just like a modern day suburban garage somewhere. Oh yeah, that's what the plan is. However
Okay.
unrealistic that might be.
Okay. I'll have you do this. We'll roll a sleight of hand for the resources acquisition side. And then after that, I'll just give you a general look at our character sheet here. But web content not available. Let me look at the stupid picture, you stupid search engine. Okay, but we'll do it as Arcana. Yeah, I think that makes sense.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
So-
give me both of those.
A sleight of hand and then an arcana.
Yeah.
Are any of these at disadvantage or anything?
I mean, not specifically. Like, I don't
Okay.
think. Yeah. I don't see any reason why that would be the case.
Okay. I didn't either. I just wanted to make sure I'm rolling things properly. 13 for sleight of hand.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna do the arcana here real quick. That is a natural 20 on the arcana, so a total of 32.
Okie dokie. Okie dokie. Okie dokie. All right. I'll have to hand this to you in text format.
Sounds good.
So, give me a second. If you want to describe anything else, go ahead. That, or we can let Gavin take the hot seat. I just will be not speaking for a second while I type.
Okay. I will say for anyone who like wants to go to her about anything while she is like spending a lot of time on this thing, her wagon is somewhere completely removed from where she's working on it, and she will be there at kind of regular intervals throughout the day. So if anyone wants to talk to her, you don't have to like intrude on what she's doing. You can find her there. There is one other thing that I might ask to be able to do. That way, I don't know, I guess I'm not just saying no, I don't have anything, move on. I had asked you about excuse me, voice crack. I had asked you about making her arcane firearm. And I wanted to go through that whenever you are done typing things. Because that's something she wouldn't care about other people noticing.
Well, you should have, because now you're going to jail for terrorism. No.
Nice lack of license there. It'd be safe.
Okay, so for the arcane firearm, what are your plans for that? 'Cause I know you were sending a few messages back and forth, and we were putting some
Yeah.
ideas back and forth. But had you actually decided on anything?
I couldn't really think of any real way to translate the I couldn't really find a way to translate the way it's described into an actual like mechanical thing. My brain was just not allowing me to do that. So essentially what the plan is instead, because it says the arcane firearm has to be made out of like a staff or rod or wand or something like that. She essentially would just make a thing that would attach into, and then like friggin' I know I sent you the picture and some other people in here might be familiar with it, but something akin to what they do in friggin' Tactical Breach Wizards, where the guy has like a staff, but it's just like set in the housing of an AR-15, something along those lines. The actual arcane firearm part is the staff, but she has built like a housing to hold it in a sort of gun shape that she might be able to attach stuff to later. What I
Okay.
wanted to ask you about was what would happen if I tried to make the arcane firearm by applying those engravings to a rod made of aurorum tech.
Okay, right. And I had told you that there was the whole warehouse.
Yeah.
As I recall, Gavin, you had made a teleportation circle outside of the warehouse space, right?
Which one?
But there's only the one warehouse space.
The one out in the middle of the ocean? Or on the other
No.
continent?
No. The warehouse space is the one that's on the same continent as you are. That is nearby Alphonse's home city. Yeah, the other ones you have discovered are of Aurorum technology, but they do not specifically possess a warehouse of any kind.
Could have sworn we found that somewhere else. But yeah, no, I put one up at the warehouse, yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure one contains a vehicle bay and the other contains like a warehouse full of like random shipments and storage crates. Pretty much in the same base.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're the same base, you mean?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I had one outside that, yeah. I also have one in Glorious Workroom. Which I should probably move.
Maybe? Maybe.
One of these days, we're going to give her a heart attack.
Probably.
Anyway, what about it?
Well, for Zers, if you wanted to go there, it was basically going to determine how easy or how difficult that would be. To, get there specifically.
I feel like I may have zoned out or something at a part of critical information. Was there not a teleportation circle?
That was what I was just confirming. That there was indeed one which could
Okay.
take you to where you could get
Okay.
funny alien stick.
So, I mean, If there is one, that's probably how she would choose to get there. I might be misunderstanding what is being asked of me currently.
Well, if you want to make your arcane firearm out of a bit of alien metal, then it would be best to go to where the alien
Yes.
metal is likely to be found.
Yes, then that is what she will do.
Okay.
Well,
Then
while she's doing that, I'm going to do what I mentioned and move the teleportation circle that was in Gloria's room.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Erase that version and put that in like a specified an area around the castle could actually gather and like bring vehicles in and
Probably somewhere out in the courtyard then.
with a little bit more cover than out in the open. Some sort of I don't want to say garage, but that's the best word that comes to mind.
I mean, there is the carriage house. You could put it in there. Like, that does have a roof.
Can we get vehicles up on the roof?
I mean, if you're going to be teleporting there, I don't see why not. The difficulty would be getting them down. It's not
Yeah, see
exactly
that-
meant for anything more than a person to get up there, after all.
Yeah. That's why I question bringing up the roof. But
Well, because, you asked for something that was covered, so I said it has a roof. Not
oh,
put it on the roof.
fair enough. See, I'm just silly. Yeah, put it there for now, and when out of it yeah, just put it there.
Okay. Cool.
Little restricted section over to the side.
Might have to remind me next time you guys use that teleportation circle, just in case.
Anyway, continue.
Alright. Zers, in the time that it has taken Gavin to redo the funny teleporty circle, you find yourself back in the absolutely cavernous underground warehouse, where you see not only the vehicle that you had uncovered from the vantage point well above, you can see the many numerous shelves of raw materials and other stuff. You can probably only guess at what it is. And Weevil stood there next to you, happily and excitedly tapping on the catwalk that you're stood on. He's looking expectantly up at you, ready and dutiful as ever.
She will pet the little goober on the head and then proceed on to try to find whatever crates of raw materials there might be.
Alright. It does take some time to look, but given that this is expressly a warehouse of many, many things, it does not take long to find a crate with what you can assume to be maybe their equivalent of, like, raw construction tubing. Think like the metal rods you build in Satisfactory.
Nice.
Yeah, you'll find a crate of those.
All right. She will take one of those. she will take one of those and kind of turn it over in her hands a couple times, inspect it, make sure everything looks good. And then she would go about the process of trying to engrave the arcane symbols required to turn it into her arcane firearm.
Okay. So at first, you try the tools that you like actually physically have on your person, and you find that every strike you make doesn't at first work. But then Weevil, he's kind of goes poke, 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 poke at your elbow.
She will kind of just hold it up to him. Just like, here you go, little guy.
And he actually puts one of his legs into your hand that opens itself, adjusts itself. The tip of it reforms into kind of almost like a multi-tool set, where with your thumb, you can kind of rotate between a revolving cylinder of tool sets, and kind of works like a gyroscopically stabilized arm, to where you can now manipulate the tools as if they were just tools normally held in your hand.
She will stare in bewilderment for a few moments. She will just kind of stare in bewilderment for a few moments and nod. Just be like, I didn't know you could do this. I will keep this in mind, as she starts to use these fancy new tools to engrave the arcane symbols along the side of the thing.
And with this new tool, it is very easy to actually work with this metal now, as you are able to engrave it not only with ease, but with total simplicity. And the entire rod of this alien steel, it flashes once the inscription is complete, and then you feel a connection to it, as it is now recognized as your arcane firearm.
Nice.
For her neutral special, Zerzin wields a gun.
You were not ready for my special attack. Literally just a fucking gun.
Makes you fear what her
yeah.
down B is.
that was clever.
Nice
I like that.
complex. Nice complex arcane spell casting. Let's check out this shit. Points, press the trigger.
All right.
Lisa, not to be outdone by magic gun, literally throws her.
Not to be outdone, rapidly constructs an entire portal cannon.
Does anything particularly interesting or special happen upon doing this? Just because, when I made Weevil, something wacky went down. I just didn't know if something similar had happened in this instance. When you're done tippity tapping.
Okay. So as you take it fully into your hand, and you really sort of get to feel the sense of its weight, you actively see it begin to reshape. You see its tubular form become something more octangular. You see an actual, barrel hollow itself out from within, the runes shaping themselves into almost a very artistic. Think about how gold damascene looks on some very old firearms, and it reshapes part of a handle for itself, a rifle stock, iron sights, and some more decorative properties as well. And where your finger would normally find a trigger, as you know from the Aurorum pistol which you possess, this instead shapes a comfortable grip for your finger to where you feel like that is where your mind will concentrate the spell up into the weapon.
Hmm.
Perfectly fitted for your hands. It is unusually smooth. Like, it doesn't feel something like a firearm should in your head, but it also carries the right emotional context, if that makes sense.
Mhm. Hell yeah. All right. That will be something she will look into a little more later, perhaps, but for now, I'll pass things along to the next person.
All right. Which I suppose would be Gaverv.
Indeed. So, besides continued research and experimentation into the time vortex and uh, into finding a way to view the ethereal sea. Gavin is going to. I want to get this out of the way so I can actually use my fucking class. Work with Kitty to see if in this. What are we going with? A week? A month? Figure out this last piece of the puzzle, whatever, to tying the old phylactery to me.
Uh-huh.
I need to roll for anything like that, or
Hmm. Let me actually ask something here.
of me or of someone else.
Yes.
Hmm.
Of God.
Hmm. He gets down on one knee and just starts praying.
Lord who art in heaven, how should I fuck over my players today?
direct and guide me into ruining these people's lives. Oh,
Oh yeah, what? Who?
Koga,
Oh.
I think, fell into the torture room because of not speaking for too long.
His Discord
Oh.
crashed, probably.
Ah, okay. But that's fine.
everyone's just talking so much I can't even get a word in edgewise.
Yeah.
Ah.
Who was this question directed at?
You were not entirely incorrect with the jokes about asking God. That is to say, asking Potato.
Mm.
Yeah, I had a feeling that's what you were doing.
If you'll permit me, I will say I can give you an answer in a minute.
Okay, I have other things.
Give us 2 to
Okay,
3
cool.
business days.
In the meantime, for one thing, whether a week or a month, 2 questions. One, is werewolf stuff happening?
Mm-hmm.
Because if so, we have a place to allow that to happen, but also at the end of each of those sessions, I have myself my charisma roll to help see if I can gain more dominance over the other side.
Mm-hmm. I think, actually, it would make sense for the full moon to come along. Yeah. I think that's something that would occur, full moon coming along. So, let me see. You had actually prepared someplace in the castle, correct?
Yeah, lower sections probably.
Okay.
Got a nice thick adamantine cage, last I remember. Actually, no, that reminds me. This actually ties into the second question. Is Captain Astrolith back yet?
Uh,
Because while we got here the quick way, because magic bullshit, he had to go the long way. Admittedly, one aspect of higher level play that I sometimes despise.
okay. He is indeed back. You'd be able to find him in his actual quarters of the castle at the moment.
Ah. I only ask at this moment because the adamantine cage was on the ship, as well as
Okay.
the apparatus of the. I want/need both of those. So adamantine cage for wolf. So that's all set up. What shall I do?
Okay. So it comes to being a day or two before the actual full moon. Everything everyone's been doing, taking time between here or there, and you feel a restlessness. As you look up to the sky, you feel, and this will definitely be an uncomfortable sensation to describe, it feels like something else moves within your very bones. And you feel that stirring of something in the deep recesses of the mind.
It's your
And-
skeleton trying to hatch.
What's fucked up is I was thinking the exact same thing.
Oh no!
I
Like the
hate
vision-
that you both said that. Both of you take real life psychic damage. Roll a d6 each of you.
As someone used to horror movies, the visual isn't that terrifying, but also just the statement, the way it was said, is absolutely the worst. No.
I want to break free.
What Freddie Mercury was singing about. No.
All right,
Now I'm just
Alright.
thinking of the fucking closet skeleton from what's the movie? Scary Godmother. Just ah.
Oh, heavens.
uh,
Oh no.
Alright, I'm going to need that horrible existence of a phrase in memorable words. If we are going to curse ourselves with that sentence, it better exist for us to hurt ourselves later by remembering it.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to derail everything like that.
Oh, it's fine. My skeleton's only hatching. Who knows? Maybe it'll be fine. Can do a little dance
Maybe.
together.
Free me from this meat prison.
God, just remember the fucking quote. The reason why skeletons can see you without eyes is so they're communicating with you telepathically.
I hate that, but also thank you, Koga. Okay. So yeah, I presume you'll be trying to sniff out the captain.
Well, yes, of course. I'd need to ask him to find out where our cargo went,
Okay.
so I can gather it.
Yeah,
Thankfully, that cargo is both a cage and a mechanical crab vehicle, so I can carry one with the other.
very good. Useful to have the duo. You're able to find him pretty easily. He's there, indeed, in his quarters. And he looks up at you, and he sees kind of the expression on your face. He raises an eyebrow with concern, and then bids you toward him to take a seat in the chair opposite his desk.
Sorry to leave you on the open seas quite like that.
He sighs and sets his paperwork aside and says, "It is the way of adventurers. I pay it no mind."
It's the way of some adventurers. Honestly, believe me, if I had it my way, I prefer the long route. Especially after being locked up in a time loop for a while.
It would leave one wanting for the mundanity of long voyages.
Well, that, and to be honest, I may have hated the bastard, but it's the one way I can feel close to my father.
He nods.
Anyway,
He
I need,
gives you an open gesture to speak.
uh, I require the apparatus of the crab and the adamantine cage that was left on the ship.
I see. They're still at the dock warehouses, but they could be brought up.
No need. I can use the crab to carry the cage myself. Just, point me in the direction of the ship. Which dock am I looking at?
He kind of squints a little over his paperwork, reaches a hand out, and seems to kind of be selecting through. Plucks a sheet out from from a shelf, rifles through it a bit, slips a piece out and hands it to you. Says, "There you are. The dock, the writ of passage, and rights to remove the cargo at will."
Much appreciated, friend. Thank you.
Indeed. I presume it is the lunar cycle approaching? You have the look about your face.
Am I that obvious?
To one that's seen you before, it pays to be familiar with it. You've a look in your eye of as if someone else is watching.
And that is why you are an excellent captain. Once you see something, you'll never forget it. And you train yourself to pick up on those things first fly. An invaluable skill to have.
Speaking of, he reaches into a pocket of his coat hung to his side and turns and sets down a single shell. "I found this in my pocket one morning, and it is a species of shell which comes only from the very deepest of the oceans. Which means I think perhaps someone is attempting to contact you. I believe the great serpent of the ocean herself seeks to speak with you."
I imagine so. Can imagine at least a couple of reasons why.
Take your time with it. I believe there's no urgency to the matter.
We shall see. As much as the sea is unchanging, it is always changing. Patient yet chaotic. Thank you. And Gavin will take the shell and set it in his pocket. I will. Would you like to grab coffee sometime? I don't have many other people to exchange tales of the sea and have people, well, understand them, as it were.
I wouldn't mind. I think that could be very pleasant indeed.
It's appreciated. I'll visit you sometime in the next week or so for that. But thank you. And he'll reach out his hand for a shake.
And he'll take it and shake indeed.
Now, I have my business to attend. I'm sure you do as well. And Gavin
Indeed.
and Gavin will go ahead and he'll go ahead and head to the docks to grab the crab and the cage. The crab cage.
Indeed. I have to go to the bathroom, so if we want to take a bio break, now would be the time.
Yeah, so it's about good time now.
This is the earliest bio break we've ever taken.
Arguably, it's the only one we've done on time. Anyways, yes, we'll be taking our bio break now, so we will be back in about 10-15 minutes, hopefully. So, see you in a little bit. All I'm saying is that these fucking clankers. Oh shit, I'm live.
No, keep going.
Hi.
Hello, hello, everybody. Hi, we're back.
How's it going? It's going. We having fun. We having fun. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
You didn't put enough anger into it.
Cowards not using slurs against the ontologically evil.
How I sleep knowing my enemies are ontologically evil and there is no act against them, which is wrong. Anyways, yes, we are back. But yeah, where what we what the next do?
I think the next thing in order would actually be for Gavin here, as Gavin is going down to the docks. Gavin, you'd see what you definitely recognize as one of the diplomatic vessels arriving back in port.
Oh, we're doing this already. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, we've time skipped a couple of days. Honestly, why not? So yes, you see it there and are ready and able to, detect. Oh, hey, these are the guys back that we sent out to see what was going on in the Orklands.
I guess I'll go to await them. But first, I'm grabbing my crab and my cage. I will meet them in the crab.
Time for crab.
Okay, you approach and you get some very strange looks from the sailors. As you are walking the crab across the docks here, you get like some sailors that are like very clearly start making prayers. You see a lot of people like that were walking towards you turn around and start walking the other direction. Everybody's a little spooked by the existence of the crab. And as you approach the diplomatic ship, you see like every hand aboard just kind of freeze in place, and like you can tell most of their eyes have just widened as they're just kind of glancing back and forth between each other.
Gavin chuckles to himself within the crab. That is not the one I meant. Oh, there it goes.
Are you gonna be
And
doing anything else? Okay, okay.
nope, I'm waiting for the people uh, to come off of the ship in the crab with the cage in its claws.
I'm gonna tell you right now, it does not look like any one of them will be moving anytime soon. So you can get the ready impression that as long as you are there with the crab and they don't know why it's there holding a giant cage of extremely rare metal, they're probably just gonna stay there, frozen where they're at.
The hatch will open, And Gavin will pop out his head. Ahoy there!
And at seeing that, they all heave rather a large sigh of relief. And one of them on the deck actually calls out, "Hi there! Hi there! What makes you be walking up in a bit of cursed thing there? Where'd you even get that?"
I commissioned it from the local magic dealer. Well, the one that wasn't my wife, specifically.
I'm not even gonna ask what you mean.
It's not cursed either. It's actually very useful. But anyway, I was picking it up. It was on another ship. Already belonged to me. Just happened to see you coming in on into port on the way.
He looks very perplexed at this line of logic, but seems to just figure it's easier not to ask, and carries right along. So, are you here for a report, or?
I'm here for news from the Orcish lands. We had sent a diplomat, so I heard.
Uh, right. Well, we definitely have free room to pass to their lands. Seems they may actually have some need for us helping. Uh, Reasons they said they'd keep to only telling a royal representative. So, we came back with that. It's not the full brief, but we can give you that at the castle?
They haven't returned?
Well, they weren't able to send back. It's kind of difficult. The normal representative they would send is off on other business.
Hmm. Very well. I was actually about to go back to the castle with all of this. Any of you want to ride?
You hear the entire crew of the ship simultaneously say, "No thanks."
Suit yourself. It's actually really fun. But do report to us as soon as you can. I'll be gathering a meeting. Give it about an hour and a half. Tally ho! And Gavin will close the hatch and, with the crab, start making his way back to the castle.
All right, and after you have sufficiently spooked that entire section of the docks, yeah, you can carry yourself on back to the castle.
So, first thing, Gavin is going to, of course, set down the cage somewhere where he can then, get some actual assistance getting it back into the underground, the lower portions of the castle.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's going to, driving the crab, go up to Zerzan's workshop garage, and with the claw, gently knock on the garage door.
You've destroyed the garage door immediately. No, no.
I just fucking
Oh.
repaired that.
Don't do that to me, William. Sorry. Kill me.
All right. The door would open, and you would see little goblin freak poke her head out from the door and just kind of look up at you and at the crab, just be like, "Hi."
Gavin pops out of the hatch. It's like, I brought you this. Figured you want to take a look at it. Maybe, I don't know, reverse engineer it or something.
She will step out of the workshop area and begin to like circle around it and lean in and kind of inspect it. Nodding to herself as she does. She's like, okay, I might be able to excuse me. Sorry. I might be able to do something with this for sure.
Oh, jump in. I'll show you the controls too. He
Okay.
reaches down a hand to help her up.
She'll start to clamber her way up there, and she'll just be like, where the hell did you get this?
I actually commissioned it from one of the local magic shops. The owner catches a fine price for some of his items and deals, but they certainly are top tier.
You
Soldier boy.
shut up. Should you crank that soldier boy? You commissioned this from someone else?
It's before we met you. But yes, they live here in the city. I can introduce you at some point if you'd like.
Like, did you have them like repair this? Did they make this from scratch?
That Gavin actually stops to think for a moment. I'm not entirely sure. These are very rare and hard to construct. It might be an older technology, but
That is
if it is, it's one of the only surviving ones we have. Either that or some very interesting individual devised some sort of magical technology contraption.
Well, this is certainly technology of some sort. Absolutely, a crazy amount of engineering that went into this. Huh. I'm just baffled how something like this is currently existing.
It's nowhere near as advanced as anything the Aurorum have, very least.
Here, one moment. I have a quick question I'm gonna throw your way here, Mr. DM. Um,
Are folks still there?
Hello.
Okay.
I am. I'm
Uh,
shooting on a couple texts about something. Shooting some
Okay.
messages about stuff.
Everybody stop talking. I didn't
No,
know.
sorry. Sorry about that.
I don't know if I crashed something.
You spoke and the entire internet connection just died.
No, I've become Koga. Oh no.
So, anyway, Zurzan will kind of hop down in the control seat of this thing. And she'll just kind of take a look around at some stuff and she'll be like, well, maybe a concerning question. Do you need this back in functioning condition?
So long as you learn how to make another one and can, which I can provide you the resource in order to do so, quite easily, no. And Gavin smiles.
Okay. I will take things cautiously at first, at least. And she'll kind of tilt her head one way and then the other as she thinks about some stuff. And she's like, to put it very simply, there are some projects I was working on. Well, one particular project I was working on that some parts in this thing might be able to help me figure out. And just in case you were not aware, I am fairly certain at least some of the parts in this vehicle are over 100,000 years old.
Well, I'm certainly glad I brought this to you.
Very long story. Um, but some of the technology I learned on with the gnomes is very similar to the stuff that is presented here. Similar, not identical. A lot of the stuff they invented was actually based on a lot of the stuff that this is made out of. That's a whole history lesson I'm not going to bother with right now. But yes, I will take this and examine it, and one way or another, whether I make another or give this one back, you will have a working one eventually. But I am going to be disassembling it to look it over as much as I possibly can. It might take a little while though, because I have like a million different projects that I'm kind of working on all at once because my scatterbrain can't ever focus in on anything for more than a few minutes at a time.
Oh no.
But I
It's
can
perfect.
promise eventually.
Oh, it's perfectly fine. I don't suspect that we'll need this quite yet immediately.
Good.
Hopefully. We may be going over the sea soon, but not over any particularly dangerous waters, at the very least.
Noted.
In the meantime, oh, if you do have to build a new one, I'm sure that I can provide higher quality materials for it.
I will keep that in mind, but for my own sanity and keeping everything in their mental place, that will be a bridge crossed when we arrive to it.
Indeed. Well, in the meantime, I, and Gavin starts climbing out of the crab, leave this to you. Uh, Experiment with the levers. But I need to go speak with Mara.
Okay, sounds good.
Oh,
Yeah.
it only just really occurred to me. For some reason, I don't know why it only just occurred to me. We've never had a position at the castle of royal engineer before. If such a position were to be invented, would you be interested?
I would need more details on what this hypothetical situation would involve, because while I am not entirely opposed to something such as this, my end goals involve going to a lot of different places that are not, here. So if such a position would confine me to this one location, I would probably have to politely decline, as I have other goals and other tasks I must complete.
As both a diplomat myself and as another who knows Mara, I'm assuming that is not the case, and that there will be plenty of traveling, both personal and likely official, much of which may overlap.
Very well. Well, once again, that is a bridge to be crossed when it has come to. But thank you. I will consider it.
Gavin nods. Oh, I will talk to you soon.
Indeed. Farewell for now.
And Gavin starts heading to God, does Mara have like an office now or something.
I mean, I should think so.
Because I wouldn't imagine she'd be spending all the time just in the throne room or something. Those are usually more for ceremony.
I mean, I don't know. Mara, do you like to be that extra and just chill in the throne room the whole time?
Uh, I mean, if she probably has
Consider
very
this.
little idea of what being a queen, entails. So unless someone is like, "Hey, you've got an office for office duties. You're not really supposed to sit in the throne room all day." Then unless that happened, then yeah, she probably would just sit in the throne and yeah.
The throne is just really comfortable.
I mean,
Yeah,
genuinely, it is pretty comfortable. I will say that, absolutely.
Gavin's been busy despite being pretty much the only royal advisor left at this point. Besides, technically, I would say Alphonse is the unofficial at this point, but the only one left in the castle. So, yeah, no, I guess Gavin would look into the office and see no one there, and then start looking around the castle until he hits the throne room. Oh, there you are.
Huh? Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry. I never showed you to your office, did I?
I have an office?
Yes, it's quite nice, actually. Sorry, I haven't really been around so much the past couple of days. Been working on a couple of things. Um, anyway, I just so happened to arrive at the docks at the same time that the ship to the Orcish Kingdom was returning.
Oh.
They'll be coming to deliver their reports in, oh, I don't know, 30 minutes or so?
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. uh, right, okay. Yeah. I uh, do I just wait for them here, or?
I mean, you could. I could also show you your office in the.
Uh, yeah, probably for the best.
Yeah, I'm sorry. The throne room is nice, and I've heard the chair's comfy. Never sat in it myself. Not allowed to. But yeah, we mostly use this room for ceremony more than anything else.
Ah,
Right. Um. Uh. For the report, I will be present, of course, as technically the only remaining living member of the royal court. But any others that you would wish to invite, you may. I will say, it would appear that the diplomat that we sent was not able to return themselves. They were not willing to divulge the reason as to why. Not there.
Say that again? My mind blanked.
Gavin explained that the diplomat did not return themselves, and the people on the ship weren't willing to explain there. It would be in the actual report.
That's concerning, but all right.
Quite. But anyway, I'll show you your office. And I imagine we can skip to the meeting there, Mr. DM.
I believe that could be reasonably done, yes.
Mara, is there anyone else party-wise or NPC-wise that you want to invite to the report? Which I imagine will be taking place in the...
You may wish to solve your cutting out a little bit. It cut out the word throne. There you go.
Ba-ba.
Ba-ba.
Yeah. I mean, we can go ahead and skip to the actual briefing.
So Mara?
Yeah, I would. Hang on. Wait, hang on.
It's all good.
For some reason, for some fucking reason, my mind just keeps forgetting, like, the entire reason we're even going to the orcs to begin with. Someone remind me, please.
Find more Aurorum stuff.
Bingo. Okay. Alright.
Also, this is not something that was talked about very often, but Gavin did have one of his mission objectives for the sea goddess there. Apparently.
But, yeah. With that in mind, I imagine she would, at the very least, invite Zerzan in, since, this would concern her.
Fair enough.
And now, as a player, I want to invite Lisa just so Koga's not left out, but I also know that logically Mara would probably know that's not the best idea.
Well, I mean, Mara was there, I think, when Lisa had asked Zerzan to teach her how to not freak out so much at the fact that there's no divine cellular service inside the Aurorum facilities.
I lost connection.
Also, it might... Whew.
Lisa enters one of the fucking labs and sees her Wi-Fi bar just crossed out.
Lisa has essentially attached herself to the party via Gideon's rule and is, besides Gavin directly the closest thing Mara has to a legitimate bodyguard.
Yeah, I kind of was actually thinking about like appointing Lisa as her like official bodyguard, but so yeah, I guess yeah that would work to Lisa being invited in, yeah.
Oh shit! I can do more stuff this session.
we'll, we'll just have to make sure she can rein in any anger in any situations.
I mean, unless the fucking guys on the crew start like blaspheming, I'd not be any worry from her.
Just halfway through the meeting, you know what? I really fucking hate the gods, you know?
Ask me. This one of them walks in wearing a fucking t-shirt that reads, "Ask me my opinion on Iressa."
Picture of the fucking flying spaghetti monster.
It's like a fucking the exact image of Didion getting fucking stabbed by Gavin somehow.
Oh, sorry, that was me. I got merch made.
I don't know if Gavin would look at that and like look away with his eyes while, nonchalantly whistling, or if he would look at that and go, heh. Both would be about on brand.
Yes, whole party is invited to le meeting.
Okay. Then you all would find yourselves next in the throne room, where assembled is the party, and entering in is, albeit rather rushed looking, the crew of the ship. They appear to have hastily gotten themselves in some more appropriate attire, given that they were provided but an hour to prepare. And kind of rush themselves up and kneel down.
And Mara will just sort of like hold her hand up. It's like, no, that's not necessary.
They look a bit confused at one another, but then rise thereafter. Well, Your Highness, we come back with news. In simplest terms, we can say that we have been given freedom of passage to enter into the Orcish lands. They do have requests of investigation that we make on some of their behalf. I can present that, or I can present the report of talks made.
Start with that, yeah.
He rifles through some papers and clears his throat. A summary of points of diplomatic conversation made is not only a renewal of fruit trade between our two nations, involving but not limited to a series of 4 different citrus fruits, and on our part 5 perishable tree fruits of varieties. Other topics included potential of recruitment for defense of theoretical raiding on the outermost towns, given natural ability to fight of orc peoples, and curious stories of attacks made on their fishing-oriented villages on the coastlines. Reports of strange stories from one of the few pirate settlements made on one of the very far archipelagos, and let's see, the diplomat which we sent had or rather, which they sent, had to be returned and sent off on other business, and we returned unable to bring their Orcish representative back with us. Due to the business which he was sent on, we were not made privy to. Now that is the summary of topics.
Okay. uh,
That is those which are outside of your express desiring passage into their lands.
Sorry, say that again. My brain refused to process those words.
Understandable. Basically, Guy is telling you those are the things that were mentioned outside of us saying, hey, can we come visit? And them going, yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Good. 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 Good job. Yeah. Yes, we'll certainly have to. I'm certainly more than willing to aid them in their problems, especially if it means getting what we want. Now the other thing you had to report.
He kind of looks a little perplexed as this. May I ask again what you said, Your Highness? I deeply apologize if that is at all untoward of me to ask.
You said there was another thing to report?
Yes, their representative had felt it good if we expound more on the strange stories which had been told of something approaching. There had been talks of various of the sailors from some of the towns that aren't actually part of the Orcish lands, and that there were rumors of ships being attacked or otherwise damaged, and thought that we should investigate these stories, given that they're not, of the Orcish people. Felt it better if we came to represent better.
Very well.
DM, who was the representative that was sent?
Not anybody that I have a name for at the moment.
Nameless NPC number 476.
Yeah, my apologies. I don't even have something like right off the dome.
Wasn't it like Val's sister, or was she sent somewhere else?
So this is not a representative like from your country strictly. This is just sort of a diplomatic ship. It was to seek out their representative, that is the orcs, who did visit the party held by the false advisor.
So, Wait, we sent someone and they haven't returned. One of their reps has returned.
So there wasn't a specific representative sent from your nation to theirs. Rather, it was a general diplomatic vessel sent to inquire of the representative from the orcs.
Okay. They remained in the Orcish lands and sent a report back.
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. So.
The crew of the ship kind of shuffle their feet a little. It's like, is there anything else that you all may require?
Lisa is going to contact Mara through the sending zone and give her a small reminder. If I recall correctly, there was reports of ghost ships over in our waters. If there's attacks happening in the sea at large, and even the orcs reporting that maybe there's more to the tale than I initially suspected. You should ask the guards you sent to investigate to see if they've caught anything.
Right.
And so one more thing. You should also ask if they heard anything from the diplomat we sent over.
Right. Mara nods and looks to them. So prior to this, we had previously sent someone to be we previously sent a diplomat for conversing with the orcs, but we haven't heard back from them. I was wondering if you had heard anything on that matter.
He looks perplexed, and he begins to quickly rifle through his paperwork. And I, forgive me, Your Highness, I have no such word on anything of that matter.
Hmm. Very well. Through the sending stone. Anyone else have anything to add? I don't really know what I'm doing.
I'm personally, as a player, very confused about the situation that's going on. Is there a representative? Is there not a representative? What DM says one thing, Koga says another. I'm very confused.
The representative that Koga was talking about was was Val's sister from God knows how long ago now. Which is completely unrelated. That was a completely unrelated like thing to the current diplomatic thing.
Ah. Hadn't it been mentioned that she'd returned a while back? At some point?
She has. I don't remember it. All right, Mara, you must have terrorists on all Orclan import.
That's going so well for it. Anyways.
He sort of shuffles his feet a little awkwardly. Would there be anything else you require?
Tell us some more of these reports on the incidents at the local fishing villages you mentioned.
Well, we had seen talks of there being oddly armed things. You'll have to forgive me, my lord, they're not tremendously detailed. Most are stories or ramblings. I can't speak in too much exacting detail at all. It would be better to ask more directly, as you already do plan on visiting there, if I am correct.
Hmm. Very well. Through the sending stone tomorrow. Unless anyone else has anything, you should dismiss them. Let them be about their business.
All right. I believe that is all. Thank you, and you're dismissed.
The crew will bow and say, "I thank you, milady, and please forgive us in our behavior."
No, you're it's fine.
And then they will see themselves out. Leaving you and the party together.
Oh.
What?
I thought that you should have executed them. Nah.
You had the fucking
Koga
Xbox
over
Live
there.
Call of Duty mic for a second.
Bro
You really did.
Bro sounded straight out of 2007.
Uh, Lisa will look first party. Well, that's it then. We have permission to come visit.
Mm-hmm.
Just permission, but a direct request to.
Alright. Because
Also, what
yeah,
past beyond what seems to be unusual activity in the waters.
there's already reports of supposed ghost ships hanging around the Elvis fishing villages. It's a bit too coincidental to be a coincidence.
Yeah, I'll go ask the guards I sent. See if they found anything on it.
We should also ask Gloria, or at least make a purchase to buy some potions to allow us to either breathe underwater or swim. Suppose there will be a lot of water in our future either way.
DM,
Yerk.
in my travels in the past, official or otherwise, have I ever been to the Orcish lands?
Likely not more than once, since there's often a lot of complications about not being particularly careful about how you approach each individual tribe.
So, are these tribes all separate, or is there a centralized leadership among them that they all prescribe to? Like, a government.
It turns out we only pick like one random ass tribe to send our Diplomats to. Completely, like.
We arrive at
The fucking Goonies.
we arrive like at a tribe like 2 miles down ship. It's like, who the fuck are you? We didn't get anybody.
Okay. They don't strictly have a government as much as they have something closer to agreements of cooperation largely between everyone. Beyond
Well,
that,
that's a
pretty
government.
much- Beyond that, they don't strictly have anything of a top-down.
Like a council of elders or a council of clan leaders or something.
Yeah, not strictly. They might gather such if they needed it, but as soon as they stopped needing it, it would pretty much be gone.
Right. Okay. But either way, we can, ultimately we are like we're not just getting friendly with one specific tribe. These are orcs in general we're working with here.
Yeah, you at least are aware that if you had sent some sort of diplomatic envoy or even just this ship to inquire, you'd have found out whether or not you were permitted by all tribes to at least have an audience with them. They'd have gone out and at least sought that amongst themselves.
All right.
And the answer was yes, I'm assuming in this case.
Indeed.
Okay. I've been there before, so Hmm. I could teleport there. It's on the same plane we're on. I've been there once, maybe twice. I remember a few areas. One village by the seas in particular. The aim might be off by a mile or two, but I could teleport us all there.
I mean, if it's as close to the sea as I'm picturing in my mind, I'm not sure a whole mile margin of error is going to be a very good thing.
If we end up in the waters, I do have contingencies.
Yeah, no offense, but I'm quite inequipped for swimming, generally speaking.
Not to mention.
Gavin pulls a feather out of one of his pockets.
Eats
This is a
it.
feather. You don't want to do that.
Sorry, intrusive thoughts. I didn't even think before saying.
This is a feather token. On a command, I can drop this, and it will become a boat. On the water. If we
I'm
are
not.
in the ocean, we will be fine.
I mean, my issue isn't exactly us landing on the water. It's the fact that I imagine me and Zerzan, especially if he's bringing her mech, are going to immediately sink like a rock, perhaps even faster than you can bring up that boat.
I
What even is this text? I need to look up the fucking full page of this, apparently, because the shit on Roll20 is stupid.
I just realized that I have not been keeping track of the recharge of my fucking
You're what?
my portal staff.
Wow. How classic. What a Mara moment. Can you imagine forgetting something so important to your character? I would never.
Yeah, totally.
Look, man, Lisa doesn't have horns, doesn't have rings, doesn't have tails. Look, man, I suck.
I'll just give it 2 charges, put it at 7 days, and
Okay,
hopefully I'll
so
remember
the
to remember
mechanics
that.
of the spell. Let's see here. So this would be under seen casually. Basically, the DM rolls a D100, and there is a 54% chance that we land on target.
Not a very good odds.
Yeah.
A very small chance that we land off target. A small chance that we land in a similar area, and a 33% chance that there's a problem.
I would consider only going in a similar area to be a problem myself.
Well,
Well, similar area would probably still mean land.
Okay,
Mishap would
okay.
be in the
All right,
water.
hold up.
All right. Yeah. Okay. Do you have something to say, Zerzan?
yes. Zerzan is going to kind of clap her hands together, and she's going to just say, "Well, here's the problem. With all due respect, Mike Hart and Mike Colossus and Lisa are going to sink like a rock faster than you will be able to process and throw down this magic boat in time. And I am not going to be going to a faraway land without my stuff. And Lisa sure as hell isn't going to be going anywhere without all of the gear she has. So if there is even a 1% chance that this messes up, even if it is a minuscule possibility that we wind up in the water, I am not doing it because I will lose my Colossus and my cart, which will have lost years worth of my hard work, and Lisa will probably drown if she can't get her gear off in time. And if she can do that, well, now she just doesn't have any of her stuff. And
Well, then we're not taking a ship either.
What?
If it's a 1% chance,
you
and
know
there's
what I
dangerous
mean,
things on
Gavin.
the
We're
water.
not getting in the semantics of this. You know what I mean. You
No
know what I
offense,
mean.
No offense, but why can't Gavin cast the spell himself? And even if he does fall into the water alone, he can summon that boat and create the second end of a portal circle?
Yes, this is true. Hell, you can wait until I get to land.
Yeah, I don't exactly see the problem here. Besides, I do need to sit here a little bit longer. There's stuff I want to address both you and Mara. First time being to you, Zerzan.
Very well.
Also, either way, we're going to be waiting about 3-4 days before we go. Unless we want to have problems of lupine style there.
And I imagine they would have a problem if they are scent based of a sudden wet puppy running around.
I don't know why it would be wet in this scenario, as it would still be a few days out, but sure, yes. Wet or not, Puppy bad.
Hey, Lana. How
Yart.
how large exactly are the portals that the staff creates?
Huh. I think I described them at some point. Ah. Okay, I'm gonna go with 5 feet by 5 feet. I think that's basically the dimensions I had been thinking of them in my head.
Okay.
So it's a personnel only, basically.
Yeah, Zerson's. The mech would probably fit through if it crouched, but I don't think the wagon would.
No, the wagon most certainly would not.
Also, question, that teleport staff, does it function off of the same rules as the teleport spell? Or is it wherever you want, you instantly go exactly where you...
Uh,
Uh, it's
I like.
it's wherever Mara can picture. Wherever she can picture is where it will bring her. Just
And I would like to remind. Sorry, God.
I just
No, Coca, go ahead and speak.
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 And I would like to remind it that descriptions do work for Mars.
Yeah, it will.
If a place is described well,
You cut out.
I think his Discord's doing the thing.
Yep.
Dang.
But yeah. Descriptions do indeed work. Although there comes in the chance that if I describe wrong, there is somewhat of a possibility. But even if that does happen, then we can just look through the portal
what
and
do you-
see. Hey,
Hello?
oh, there you are. Hi.
Koga?
Nope, still gone.
Shit.
Yeah, even if the staff does bring us to the wrong place, theoretically, we can just look through the portal and be like, hey, that's not where we want to be. Close it, open, and try again. But, yeah.
This is still sounding almost exactly like the teleport spell, except that you can do that bit at the end.
Well, yeah, but it's not random. It's just based on Mara's ability to properly describe the place. If she knows the place or she gets a good description, then she's got it ASAP. Not ASAP. That is in fact not the acronym that is appropriate in that situation.
As soon as possible?
Yeah. But
I mean, we would get there as soon as possible, but...
Hello?
Hi.
hey.
Hello? Holy
Hello.
fucking crap. What did y'all hear?
Yeah,
Not
we got
much.
absolutely none of what you said, Koga.
I think I said, considering Mara's portal staff can operate off second-hand information, like so long as it's described well enough she can open a portal there. And the fact that, if I recall correctly, I think her sword lets her see places from afar, or is her sword like specifically like funny future visions and stuff?
I'll have to double check the description Lana gave me fucking years ago. But
Oh, hey, that has been a while ago that I gave you that description, hasn't it?
indeed, 2022. That was 3 years ago. All right, but
At least it's old enough to drink and drive.
Thank heavens cars haven't been invented.
I mean, hey Zerzan, I know the crest for you.
This is probably a stupid question, and this if you want to flavor this as Zerzan also asking this in universe, you can, I guess. But like, are we even allowed to do this?
I was kind of
Like-
thinking the same thing, yeah.
Are they going to appreciate, like, I know we were given permission to go over, but are they going to appreciate a group of goobers just fucking magically zooping into their territory like that?
What they're
I-
gonna do if they don't, huh? Just kidding.
I'm just saying, I don't know. I don't know the how to put it, the legality of something like that.
Look, man. We're adventurers. What the fuck is a legal system?
I think it's less about legal system and more about cultural norms.
Well, I
Uh,
mean, okay. Who gives a fuck about legal systems? I don't know. Probably the fact that we're bringing royalty with us. I don't think that would leave a very good impression on these people if the queen of the Elven Kingdom just disregards all law.
I'm not disagreeing with that. I'm saying they don't have laws. They have cultural customs because they're not a government. But
I fucking
Whatever.
Just kidding.
whatever, apples to apples. Fine. Like
Okay.
goodness.
Lord.
Let's see. What, Mr. DM, would we know about the Orcish culture and how they view the use of magic?
I'm actually going to refer back to when you guys had functionally this same discussion about just teleporting into the Dwarven Kingdom, and the outcome decided there was not diplomatically a great idea.
Okay.
So in other words, yeah, this whole fucking thing was pointless. Just go. We got to go the long way around.
Well, clearly the idea that we have to teleport our ship. Kidding.
A whole ship just materializes in their dockyard.
Dog.
Dog.
What that dog doing?
Barking at someone arriving at fucking 10:50 at night.
All right, I get So
I need a minute.
okay.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah, But yeah, I yeah, I suppose Mara will start working on preparations to get going, which will probably take a couple days.
Fucking.
And
Sorry about that.
no worries. Yeah, but yeah, those preparations probably take a couple days, and gives Zerzan and Lisa. Wait, no. It was Lisa and Gavin who needed to do stuff for a couple days first.
Oh yeah, fuck Lisa, I guess.
I said Lisa.
Oh, my bad.
Careful where you throw your curses willy-nilly there, Lisa. Go.
Alright, wait, actually, yeah, Lisa specifically wants to talk to Mara and the funny Zers.
Yeah.
Well, since Mara's already there, fuck it. Then at some point, when she's not completely busy, Mara will get a visitor from her funny bodyguard.
All right, we're going with that now. All right.
Oh, my bad. I just straight up, her funny party member.
Yeah, I said I was considering it. I hadn't made it official yet, but
Forces your hand. Now what? Force.
Lisa just starts wearing a name tag bodyguard.
Bodyguard.
Ugh.
And it has like Mara's like full fucking title, like Queen, Empress, Baron, Baron.
Ugh. Yeah. Uh, I'll say Mara's probably in her office, reading through some legalese textbooks about the laws or something along those lines.
It says here that murder is wrong. Can you believe that?
I never heard of that shit before.
As Mara reads, she's increasingly more horrified at the sheer number of laws he's broken just by being an adventurer.
Thank goodness I'm tween and it no longer applies to me. This one Lisa walks in and Mara says, without any context, pardoned. Sorry.
But yeah, Lisa will poke her head in. Written the proper word, sir, ma'am, Madame Mara. I have a request for you.
just Mara's fine. What is it?
So you have given Sturzan a series of workers, to help her with what she's making now, whatever that may be.
Yeah.
I would like to request a tutor for myself and whatever the best you can find. And if it helps, there is one specific skill I would like to learn in order to better support not the party, but Hope himself.
Yeah, I can probably do that. Yeah.
I'm thinking just because as I can imagine us during our adventures, and specifically Hope will grow quite bored of it. Specifically, the monotony of eating the same rations day to day. That you could apport some sort of stuff to help me learn how to cook or prepare meals.
Oh, yeah. Maybe you could work with Brenna.
Brenda?
Brenna. She was a friend of Val's, but she's one of the royal chefs. I imagine she could probably teach you a few things.
That would be wonderful.
Anything else you need?
I would like to thank you. Even taking this well, or as well as it seems, I imagine anyone thrust into sudden royalty, queenhood, ruler of an entire nation would likely falter far sooner than you have.
I
I simply want to thank you for doing your best so far.
That means a lot. I You know, one of my childhood dreams was to this, although it's far less glamorous than I expected. Never thought it would actually happen, though.
Everything you hoped for, but not quite living up to your expectations, huh?
I I don't want to sound I don't want to be ungrateful, but it it it's I just I didn't really think it through, I guess.
I just look. I have spent most of my life, almost all of my life, dreaming of violence, dreaming of dedicating myself to a cause and defending it as violently as necessary, of blood, glory, fame, everything that comes with holding on to a cause so strongly. But I don't want that for Hope. I want him to grow up in a happy house, in a prosperous kingdom, among peaceful people. And this kingdom, under your watch, under your care, I'm sure will make that small dream come true. So you're doing great. Don't let anyone or anything make you doubt that for even a second.
I Thank you.
If you ever need any help, be it, I don't know, some threat that must be thwarted, someone to just lift up a particularly heavy box, any sort of request, do not hesitate to ask me. Even beyond my divine mandated duty, I will do anything in my power to support you.
You know, I'll be honest. I was a little concerned about you at first, but I think I see why Gideon chose you.
Yeah, no, it was just a happy coincidence at all.
Even so. I think you're living up to his expectations just fine.
And so that was my nod. If you ever need some more training with that sword, you know where to find me. Can't teach you much, but I can teach you at least the art of that. A little bit more payment for offering tutors to me and Hope. Thank you again. This will give a small bow.
Yeah.
Call me if needed. You have my sending zone. I'm going to go talk to Zerzan now, unless there's anything more.
No, just, you know, be safe out there, I guess.
And she'll smirk a little. Uh, Mara, my plan is to be anything but safe. All the more eyes on me means less eyes on you.
Yeah, I suppose.
And she'll give a small salute and go off to find the funny goblin.
Gorblin will be in her wagon by now, I would imagine.
Jerson, have you heard of nuclear?
So I found this little mountain over here called Chernobyl.
There's some big weird rock or something in here, I think. We should go check it out.
There's this weird spear that's like halfway open through a screwdriver. I brought it over.
Demon core? Is that some sort of legendary artifact? Yeah. Anyway.
Jerson. And she'll call out as he approaches.
The sort of fabric cover pulls itself back and she peeks out from inside. She's like, yes?
The crossbow you've made me is quite excellent from what little practice I've had with it thus far.
Why, thank you.
If you don't mind me asking, I like to press. I can offer some small sum of gold, but not too much.
Well, ask away. And I'm telling you right now, money is almost certainly not to be an issue. So don't worry about that.
As you are well aware, most of the party here has some form of getting up to high places. Mara's flight, Davin's teleportation, and, well, flight. Mara's carpet, and of course everything you can do. I have to rely on more manual means, of course. Usually, if I have to find a wall, I'd have to simply surmount it. Unfortunately for me, not all walls are climbable. May you make me a climbing kit of some sort? Or some form of equipment that I can use in the heat of battle. It's just a way to get up places. I don't want to rely on or be a burden to anyone else simply because there's something a little too high up to reach.
She'll kind of tent her fingers together as you talk, and she's nodding. And the moment you mention some sort of climbing apparatus, you can kind of see that look in her eye she gets when she starts thinking. She nods a little. And she's like, I think I could probably do something like that. I'm not sure how quick I could get around to it. But yeah, I might be able to make something like that work.
It's a smile. Thank you. And if you want to accept gold as payment, I've asked Mara to lend me a tutor in the ways of the culinary arts. Perhaps for my payment, I'll bake you something.
She smiles. She's like, you know what? I think I would be happy with something like that.
Let's give a
Um,
small bow. But I am still taking up on your offer and request of teaching me more engineering devices. Once you're done here, expect me back at your door, so to speak. So like vaguely gesture towards like the tarp.
Well, I will be certainly happy to begin to teach you. But yeah, that can be arranged, I think. She will hold up a hand and she's like, before you go anywhere, if I'm gonna be making you something, and she like ducks back into the wagon and you hear her like rummaging around in there for a few moments, and then she steps back out. And you see her with a like just piece of paper, like notepad in one hand, basically,
You're
and in the
giving me a reading assignment? What the
yeah,
fuck?
do homework. Um, but she has a notebook in one hand, and in the other hand, you notice what looks like a very, very long, uh, kind of wide but otherwise flat piece of leather. And you notice along the length of it at very precise intervals, you see little like marks burnt into it. Um, and she points at Lisa and she's like, I'm gonna need to take a couple measurements before I'm able to make you anything. Just so I know I'm making things the right size. I'm prone to thinking, you know, on my scale of things, and I don't think anything I wear you will be able to.
Right. Very well then.
So she will begin to she'll kind of have Lisa step closer to the wagon so she can stand up on something. uh, but otherwise, she starts to take a whole bunch of measurements of like the length of her arms and torso size and all that fun stuff. Writing everything down as she goes.
And at least will stand as still as he can.
After a few minutes, she will sort of wrap the, you know, strip of leather back up around her hand, and she will just kind of give her a thumbs up.
So give the thumb back.
Yeah, she's like, okay, I got everything I need. I will start working on a design for something, and I will let you know when I got something for you.
Very well. Thank you very much. And so give a small bow.
She'll nod in return.
And considering we're running a little over time, I think that'll be it for her.
Indeed. All right. So, anything? Anybody else got anything before we wrap things up? I'll take that as a no. All right.
Yeah, I think I got everything. Like, I don't know if there's anything pressing that can't wait until next time.
All right.
Yep.
Then with that, I hope you all enjoyed yet another episode of Galavants through Rashiva. Uh, we're kind of getting back into the groove now, but you know, we generally we try to play every other Friday at roughly 7:30 PST, CST, not PST, CST Central. Uh, and yeah, I hope you enjoy. Subscribe on YouTube, follow on Twitch, and I hope to see you all later. Bye-bye.